Record. And so it is. Okay. So welcome to our monthly gathering. I know hopefully we'll have some more hopping on. I know others were, we talked about it in Work at Wednesday. A lot of people had forgotten, and it's easy to do that we were doing this tonight because, well, there's a whole lot of stuff going on in September. And we're seeing lots of people having some great sales. People are sponsoring. It's fantastic, right? So we've got a lot happening, not only with our harvest brochure, but that included the Harry Potter, which I know for myself and for others, that was a big selling point. Remember that we also have the Walt Disney World, sorry, I'm trying to do three things at the same time. Walt Disney World Resort 50th anniversary. Scented bliss, there it is. Okay. Redemption for those pre-sales that we had last season. So that's exciting. Those people do have until, I'm also live streaming this into the family group, FYI, Tracy. So maybe we can get some people on there. And when Robin goes, I'll check the chat over there. But they have until December 31st to get those actually redeemed. So if you have people who haven't yet redeemed their pre-orders, no worries, right? It could happen next month. It could happen in, what is next month is October. It could happen in November. Of course, it could happen in December. So anytime that we have those, that's PRV. So, and remember, if you have any questions about people trying to redeem those, they just need to go to your website, direct them to your website, and to click the login button, and they'll just log in with their email address, whichever one they happen to have registered that pre-sale with, if it's somebody who has multiple emails, and then it will show all the pre-sales that they have available to redeem, which I believe right now is just the 50th anniversary. We also have seen some questions coming through about, is the warmer itself going to be available for maybe a second chance? Of course, if Tracy knows any different, she can chime in, but I will tell you, I believe that that will not be an option, sadly enough, because it is part of our licensing agreement with Disney, and this is the first time utilizing their intellectual property. So from my understanding, Scentsy was only allowed to do a certain number of those specific warmers. All right, we're good, we're on track. So there will not be an extra chance for those warmers. So if you get to the point to where if you have team members who went ahead and did some pre-sales, did some extra ones, what have you, that's how they're going to be able to redeem those. That's it. There's not going to be a second chance for that. Now, hopefully the scent, the ear, E-A-R, because, Mickey ears, iridescent, will hopefully, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we'll have an opportunity to maybe get that. That would be lovely. I know I got to smell it, and others did too, at Scentsy Family Reunion, and it smells magical. That's the only way I can describe that scent. It was just a magical floral scent, and it was fantastic. So, with all that being said, we do also have a join special happening this month. Robin was having some fun with words with if anyone is a Taylor Swift fan, so any of our Swifties out there, her 22 song, right? So September, join in 22 for 22. However you want to kind of word that, have some fun, play around with it with your followers, whether that's on social media or when you're doing your follow-ups. Just let them know. And, every single person this month that I'm talking to, and a lot of them are my repeat customers, they've heard it before. And I still say, I know I've asked you before, but I'm going to ask you again. If you're interested in joining Scentsy, it's only $22 this month. And, most of the time right now, they're just kind of, oh, Jackie, no, not right now. But, you never know. You never know. That $22 could suddenly speak to somebody. And we have only, what, 3, 4 paychecks left until Christmas. So who would like to have some Christmas funds available? I know I would. So it's a really great way to have those conversations and connect with those customers and the people who are maybe new customers, even better, right? All right, so I will do my shameless plug for the Planning Ahead documents. We have it pinned at the top of the Bliss group, but I definitely recommend either printing it out or saving it to your phone or your iPad or your device so you have it, because that's going to give you all the dates, right? We still have some LTOs happening this month, so we want to make sure that we are really having that business mindset of what's coming and what do I need to start marketing for? Because in the world of sales, right, we always want to be thinking at least 1 or 2 ahead, right? So I'm already thinking about October. I'm starting to think and throw around some ideas for November, like a turkey trot, right? Nothing that I'm really like putting a whole lot of time into right now, but they're just little ideas that I'm starting to plant seeds when I'm doing those follow-ups. So just kind of think of those things. Even if you have customers who are very like into decorating for the holidays, this is also a good time. It may seem early to start talking about the holidays, but it's never too early to really let them know and remind them that we're here. We have not only great scents to welcome their family into their homes, but we have some pretty fantastic warmers and other products that they're probably going to love for gifts and everything else. So, all right. Well, with that, since we have everything going on and now we're all like, oh my gosh, where do I even start? I'm going to hand it over to Robin, who's going to talk all about systems and show us how she works with systems in her business. So she keeps everything organized and running smoothly. So Robin, it is all yours, my dear.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm so excited to talk to you guys because for a very long time within my business, I did not have systems at all. Nobody told me about systems. I built my business on YouTube and just watching all the trainings I could. And then I got thrown into leadership really, really fast. Like 2 months into my business is when I started building a team. Again, I had no idea like what I should be doing, like how am I going to lead these people? So I was kind of just flying by the seat of my pants, literally, like that's it. And so I want to say maybe like 3 years ago. So I've been doing this for almost 6 years. So half of my business was chaotic. There was actually a point when I thought about quitting. I was a director and I just, I didn't like my business because it was so overwhelming. And so once I got past that season, I then started learning about systems. And I'm like, well, this would have been nice to know like way back when, but that's okay. And so I started implementing things that's going to work for me and my schedules. Now, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm sure a lot of people know that. I have 5 kids. So life is always crazy. My oldest plays competitive baseball. So, well, we were supposed to play tonight. Luckily, it got canceled. And so I'm busy all the time. So the number one thing that helps for me is some sort of automation. I know some people don't like that. That's fine. But for me, because I'm so busy, that helps. So the few things that I use for automation is my onboarding. I use Project Broadcast. I am also a big advocate on saving money where you can. So everything that I do, I try to make sure it's duplicatable for any level in your business. And so Project Broadcast, I spend like $15 a month. That's enough credits for me. And I primarily use it for onboarding to help my new teamies and my downline with all the training things that they need within their first 70 days. Because my job is to help them find success within their business. I think think there's like a 30-day free trial or 2-week free trial with Project Broadcast if you want to try it out. It's essentially a texting service. And so it automatically schedules for me when I have it set up. Again, it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it is for me. And so my systems, I work 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday, because typically my husband is off on Friday. I don't want to be working. Saturday and Sunday, I'm not working on the weekend. Like, I just don't want to do it. So for my 8 hours, I have to be very intentional with my time and what I'm doing. So Monday for me, it's mail day. Now I love when things go together like that. Mail day, work at Wednesdays, like that's my jam. So my main goal on Mondays is to do my customer mail from the week prior of who ordered. This week is a little delayed because I'm waiting for my harvest goods. But I know that when Monday rolls around, when Kinsley goes to lay down for a nap, that's my toddler. She's 2. She's terrible, in case anybody's wondering. She typically naps from 1 to 3. So 1 to 3 is when I have to get my things done. So I know right when she lays down, I go downstairs, which is here, my nice fancy office. It's really not fancy. I need to do my customer mail. So I make my list. I already know what I'm putting in my mail. So I'm not scrounging around, like overwhelming myself, trying to figure out what I'm going to put in there. I already know because I plan it ahead. I know what's going in my mail for October. It's going to be pumpkin themed. I know my theme for November. It's going to be cozy themed. That just helps with my sanity. And it also saves me time because I'm too busy to be down here trying to figure out what I'm doing. So I have it pre-planned. Just like Jackie said, you want to be 1 or 2 steps ahead. Listen, I'm 2 months ahead at this point. That's a good thing to have in my business right now because fall is busy season. And so once my mail's done, that's it. I don't have anything else to do. I'm free to go about my day. On Tuesday, I initially didn't have a system on Tuesday, and I found that a place I was lacking was my leadership. So my Tuesday is now Teamy Day. I go through my leadership report. I need to see who do I need to be contacting, who is close to active, who is close to a promotion, who has promoted. So I need to go and see who do I need to connect with on my team. Again, this is something that I was lacking in. So even those that are like up here, I guess in the top of the company, like sometimes we be slacking, and I was slacking. So I had to put that system into my schedule. So I know Kinsley goes down for a nap 1 to 3. It's Tuesday. Guess what? I need to pull my report and see who is where. Who can I help get to that next level? Who needs help with sponsoring? Who wants to build a team and needs that help? I love sponsoring. Okay. I have been good at that from the get-go. So that's what I do on a Tuesday. When that's done, guess what? I'm done for the day, unless I have like a small other task. But that's my main thing that I have to do on Tuesday, and then I'm done. On Wednesday, so I do a leader email. So everyone that's in my leadership that has at least one person on their team, they are a leader. So they get my weekly leader email. And it's essentially just like tips or encouragement, or maybe another leader shared something that I really liked, and I'll put that into my email. I use Flowdesk for my email. I used to use MailChimp. MailChimp is free. I think it's a great service. So if you're wanting to do some sort of email, you can use that for free. I found that with my schedule, I was forgetting to go in and send those emails. Like I would create it, but I didn't want to pay to have it scheduled. So then I was forgetting. And so that's why I use Flowdesk and pay for it now, because automation, I can create it and I can schedule it. Those go out every Monday. But I know when it's Wednesday, I need to create that. What do I want that email to look like for my leaders? And one other thing that I added in on Wednesday, I do a downline email. The one that I just sent out, oh shoot, I don't even remember. I scheduled it. I don't remember what it's about, but it's something new that I'm adding in. So I'm still kind of scatterbrained on that, but I am putting a little more focus on my leaders because I want them to be strong and have systems in place to save their business. So then they don't get to that point to where I was at, where I felt like quitting, because this business is amazing. Like, I don't know what I was thinking back then, but, and then Thursday is when I will create and schedule my customer email. I do a weekly email and I do them on Thursdays because that's when the LTOs are typically announced. So I want to say they're usually announced by like noon Central Time. Hey, Kinsley goes down for a nap, 1 to 3. So those announcements are there. So when I come down here, I can see what's coming out. I do have the planning ahead document because I already know Jackie's thinking it. I have it. So I do know what's coming, but you never know. They might share something else. They have a lot of tricks up their sleeves. I don't know what they are. So that's why I do my customer email on Thursday and I schedule it to go out on Friday. I do this because Friday is payday for a lot of people. So if someone is going to buy, I feel like they're going to be more apt to buy on a Friday because they got money. So I schedule it to go out every Friday morning. Someone did ask me if I thought that was too much for my customers to have it every week. Nobody's complained. If they don't like it, they can simply unsubscribe. It's fine. Not gonna hurt my feelings. But nobody's really unsubscribed. So I'm assuming they like my content. And so that's what I do on Thursday. Now in between there, because I do have that 2-hour work gap, if I need to make samples, that's my secondary. I do that second because I need to get my main task done first. So like tomorrow, my harvest things are coming. I hope they come during the day because I don't really want to work on a Friday, but if I have to, I will. My schedule is flexible. That's what's nice about, I guess, being a stay-at-home mom. Like I do have flexibility in my schedule, but I really like to be very intentional with my time and not be working all day. So tomorrow, after I create my email, actually, I lied. I already created my email for this week because it's the hocus pocus. So tomorrow I will have ample amount of time to do my samples, but I know exactly what I'm sampling tomorrow. I'm doing the Harvest 3-pack and I'm doing the apple and cinnamon sticks counter clean. I already have my labels designed in Canva. Canva is free to use. I pay for it because I don't want to be limited, and I love Canva. I love creating things. And so that's something I did as my secondary earlier within the week, is I created those labels. All I have to do is print them and then make the samples. So tomorrow I'm not going to have a lot to do because I'm already prepped. I'm ready. Now, again, not everybody is going to have the same amount of time that I do. Some of you guys work a full-time job. Some of you, shoot, I don't know, part-time job. Some of you maybe multiple kids in sports. I can't imagine doing that, especially because, like I said, Andrew plays baseball. That's good enough for me. Like, we're already busy. Well, Kinsley wants to join the party. And so I think the biggest thing is going to figure out what times do you have available to to work within your business. Do you have time in the evening? Do you have at least an hour? Maybe even if you only have 30 minutes in the evening to work, what is going to be your task for those 30 minutes? Because if you don't have some sort of schedule or system, what's going to happen is nothing's going to get done. Or you're going to sit down for those 30 minutes and you're going to sit there and wonder, well, what should I be doing? Like, these are things that I feel that should be prepped beforehand. So that way you're not wasting time and you get those tasks done, because then you're going to find more success in your business because you have it all set up. You're servicing your customers. You are checking in with your team if you have a team. If you don't have a team, guess what? $22 this month. Okay, they don't have $22. Guess what? We have a host kit. They can join for zero. Well, let me take that back. They can join for no out-of-pocket cost. I don't want to be out of compliance. So there's tons of ways that you can create a system and create a schedule, but you need to sit down. Mine's written down. Now I do have it memorized because I have been doing it. It's a habit for me. I know what I need to be doing, but I wrote it down so I didn't forget because I was a little nervous when we started this. I don't know why, because I feel like all you guys are my friends. But I know exactly what I need to do on those days. Now, I am on social media. That is where I work my business. So you're probably like, well, how do you get sales and all that? Listen, when I'm scrolling Facebook, that's where I work. I have an Instagram. It ain't doing it for me. Okay. Facebook's where it's at for me. When I'm scrolling, that's when I'm engaging with people. If I see somebody this just happened. Somebody announced that they were pregnant and they did a hocus pocus thing. And all I said was like, what a fun announcement that is. Congratulations. Just something engaging. So then I'll show up on their feed. Plus, I really thought that was like a super cool announcement. Maybe they'll see my hocus pocus like post. But it wasn't something that I felt like I should comment underneath. That was inappropriate. So when you are engaging, make sure you are doing it right. And so just little things like that. Somebody's getting married. Somebody just got married. Like, oh my gosh, congratulations. You were such a beautiful bride. Like something as simple as that. So then when you share your Scentsy content, hopefully that pops up on their feed. Now, don't think that you can engage with that person one time and they're going to see all your posts. It ain't going to happen. But if you are someone who works a full-time job, listen, can you take 15 to 20 minutes at some point during your day, maybe the evening? I feel like a lot of people are on social media in the evening time because everybody's off work, the kids are in bed. If you can set an alarm. If you can't remember to be consistent on social media, you better set that alarm. So that way, you know, hey, I need to post something. Hey, I need to take 20 minutes and just scroll through my feed and engage with people. That is going to help boost your feed, get you sales, get you recruits, because now you're having conversations. Now people are seeing your posts. Now they're interested. So don't think you need to be on social media all day to be successful. No, you need to be, again, intentional with your time, know what you're doing, and focus on that. Once you do that 20 minutes of engagement, if you just want to scroll to your heart's content, then do that. But if you don't do that main task first, it's never going to get done. And so when I started working on social media, I had to constantly remind myself, hey, you need to share something. You need to share something, because I would just scroll. That's it. Like I was scrolling. I was not engaging. I was not sharing content. And when I got pregnant with Kinsley, I told my husband, I am never doing events again. That's how I built my business, was doing events. Well, being pregnant and setting up for an event is not that fun. Being I'm going to say a new mom, because my youngest boy, he just turned 8. Kinsley is 2. That's a big gap. And I was nursing. So to go and do an event, try to nurse my baby and work, it wasn't going to be for me. So I really had to dig deep and figure out how am I going to make social media work for me. I had to set an alarm to remind me to go share and to go engage. Now it's a habit. Now I just know, like, hey, I need to make sure I'm engaging with people. I need to make sure that the content that I'm sharing is engagement worth, like, if that's a thing. And so, and again, in Scented Bliss, there's tons of real life images that I have shared that you guys are welcome to use to help grab attention from people Um, yeah, I see. We got a guest. Um, so that's just gonna help you find success if you can get some sort of system, remind yourself to do it until it becomes a true habit and you're just like, I need to do it. I need to do it. I think that's it for like my systems and what I use within my business. Whew, okay. She's gone. Oh, thanks, Heather. She's cute, but she's a stinker. So I lost my train of thought. So those, I will say, those are my main systems that I use and how I manage my time. And I think that's all I have for you guys.
Well, I had a quick question for you, and that is because I know I get it a lot, so I want to hear what you do. Is what are some of the programs that you use to keep yourself organized?
Okay, yeah. So I use the Flow Desk, which is for emails. I will say with Flow Desk, you do get 30 days free. So you could try it for 30 days. You don't even have to put in like a credit, like any credit card or debit card info. You truly get to try it free for 30 days. And if you don't like it, you don't have to keep it. If you do like it, we could get you like a 50% off code. So you could at least be paying half price for that service. So I use that. Again, I do pay for that. It's $19 a month. I do project broadcast. That is $15 a month. But again, I think they have like a free trial. I don't remember because I've been using it for a while. I use Canva. There is a free version of Canva, so you do not have to pay for it. I personally pay for it because I use Canva all the time. I'm sure some of y'all have seen the stuff that I shared for you guys to use. Canva, project broadcast. I think those are my main three things that oh, and I have a Linktree. Linktree is free to use. Again, I pay for it because I just like the customization, but it is free. The nice thing about Linktree is, so you can create a party, like you create your party link. Instead of sending that party link out to your people, if you send the Linktree and then you close that party and you put in a new party link in Linktree, guess what? Those orders are going to be attached to that party because it's in the Linktree. You don't have to constantly remember to send that party link out to that person that you sent to 30 days ago who never ordered, because what's going to happen is they'll eventually order. I've had it happen several times. They'll eventually order and their order is attached to that old party. So you lose out on host rewards. Stinks. Like, who wants to lose out on host rewards? I don't, because that's how I get my discount, is the half price and free credit. And that's how, like with the harvest stuff, I used my host rewards. So that way, when I make those samples for my customers, my out of pocket expenses is very low. Again, I want to save money where I can, and I want to make sure that everything I do, well, majority of the things that I do are duplicatable for any level within the business. So I want to say those are the four services that I use.
We had a question about when you finish Sensational Start and the product credit, and their title still is showing Essentials. So on that one there, your status will change when the commissions run. So if you hit that in August, it will actually pay you out that product credit on, in our case, it'll be September 9th, but September 10th, the 10th of the next month, right? So on our payday. And then that is also when the title changes happen too, because on the Scentsy side of the world, That's kind of when they close the book officially on the previous month. So that's when the titles will change. So you'll see that title change on the 10th or the 9th. But congratulations on sensational start. And then in order to use that credit, all you have to do is you just be on your workstation and add whatever it is that you're adding to your cart, whether it's business supplies or products. And then on the payment field, it gives you a little radio button that you can select for product credit. You can choose to use all of the product credit at once. You can just use a little and save the rest. As far as I'm aware, I don't believe it ever expires. So you can have that as well. And Heather added that Project Broadcast has an amazing landing page. I
just
love
saw
that. Tracy shared that with us last night. I had no idea. So that's good to know too. So yeah. Fantastic. So, and I'm sorry, I don't know who Zoom user is. So Zoom user. Uh, so on September 10th, yes, you'll be able to use it. That's when your title will change to certified consultant because you're over 1,000 PRV, lifetime PRV. And if your sensational start date was in August, then yes, you'll get that on September 10th. If your sensational start date is in September, you'll get that product credit in October. I hope
And
that
I
makes
will say with the product credit, you can use it on Scentsy products like wax and warmers and things, or you can use it in the consultant store for business supplies. And when you do use it for like wax and warmers, you get PRV for that too. So they're like super generous with the product credit because you actually get paid for using it if you use it on actual products.
That's fantastic. I love that. And I'm the same way that Robin does. I will create parties and add orders to them if they're individual orders. So that way I have like basically party rewards or host rewards. And that's how I use those rather to get the Scentsy that I know I'm going to use to either sample or send out. Like it's usually kind of a no-brainer for me. It's always like a 6-pack, at least one 6-pack of Scent Circles is going to be used for product credit or half price, right? So, you know, even as consultants, even though we can't or we don't get like a discount per se, there are ways that you can work your business a little bit more strategically. So again, you're not, like Robin said, you're not spending that money out of pocket. So if you want washer whiffs to make samples with, create your own party. And a lot of us have what we call like those catch-all parties or a rolling party, right? Mine usually will say like this month, September orders here, or new consultants click, or new consultants, new customers click here, right? And so those are like my rolling or my catch-all parties. So if it's just an individual order, it goes in. If I'm putting in individual orders on my workstation, we have the ability to attach those when we're adding them in. And all that's doing is just cranking up that party or that link rather. So you can utilize that for your rewards or for the Scentsy that you want. So that's how a lot of us will get, you know, I will say very rarely, unless it's a licensed product, because you can't use host rewards on licensed products. But for the majority of the Scentsy I buy, it's usually done like that with host rewards from parties that I've created. So
Yep. Danielle said pirate ship. I don't know, like maybe she was saying she used that or asking. I do have pirate ship, but I very rarely use it anymore because I revamped my mail system down to no more than 2 stamps, which I'm sure a lot of y'all have seen like what I've been sending out in the mail because I've been so gracious to share it in the Bliss page because I want you guys to see and know that you do not have to spend a fortune. I used to spend $4 to ship a package to a customer for a thank you. Well, I have a mortgage payment. I have a car payment. Can we just go ahead and insert income disclosure, just, you know, just in case, but I have all these bills that I have to pay. And so that was no longer feasible for me to spend $4 per package, especially because my business is growing. it, like I said, fall is busy season, and my customers, like I've gotten a lot of new customers, again, which I have shared in the Bliss page with exactly what I shared and my verbiage, because I want to help everybody. I want everybody to be successful. But not everything that I do is going to work for you. So keep that in mind and change the wording, because when I do type things, it's exactly how I talk in real life. So, but yeah, I don't spend any more than 2 stamps. Now, I'm not saying I never mail anything nice, because I just had that bag or pouch party or whatever. And actually, she's on my list. I'm doing hers tomorrow. Rewind. I had a Facebook party that got 200, and I sent her, I think I sent her car bar clips as a thank you, which I did have to mail as a package because, well, it's not exactly flexible for 1 stamp. But I will use pirate ship if I do packages, because it's a little bit cheaper than going to the post office and having, I guess, a middleman. So you save some at home.
And they also had a question about what you were putting in your mail that had the 2 stamps, and you
Well,
guys know about
friends,
that.
I will have to go on Bliss and bump that to the top. But if you search my name in Bliss, you should be able to find it very easily. Yep, cardstock, Linda and George, Ma and Pa. It does make it heavier. So I just use regular paper.
I agree. I'm the same way. I use regular paper for a lot of the things that I'm creating in Canva or printing out.
Yeah. I mean, they're probably gonna throw it away in the end, so like I could give you like nice paper.
Yeah, and Carrie was talking about the 2 felt samples. Yeah, those felt samples, and I will say, as much as I love the felt samples that are in the Scentsy consultant store, they're great, they're amazing, they're cute, but they do hold more wax and they are heavier. So I know
Yep.
myself, and I know a lot of others. We go on Amazon and you can just search circle felt.
I'll share a link, because you can get like 1,000 for like $9 or something. I mean, it's just like little circles, but I tell you what, all they need to do is smell it. Okay, what is that expert?
Oh, that's the expert touch. Those are the nails. They're actually nail polish remover strips, but they are little pieces of felt.
Oh, so like, do you cut them? Oh, gotcha. Yeah, this too much. I'll just get the circles.
I cut.
For me.
Actually, I have my 24-year-old son do it. I don't do any of this. He cuts them in half. Huh?
My kids aren't home. They're at school, so I'm on my own.
He's not. He's at home. So he cuts these in half, and then we get 2 samples out of each one. I mean, they're super tiny. I mean, they're like super thin, but I mean,
I can post a link in
they
here.
get the scent and they're easy to mail.
I cut mine in 4 in that exact same square, and it's about, because I have the circles too that you use, Robin, so it's still about the same area as one of those circles if you cut that square that she has in 4.
I have cut them in 4 before, but it's not enough wax. I feel it doesn't hold the scent. I don't feel when it's that small, so that's why I only do it half. But it probably depends on, how long you're leaving it in there and what the scent is and all kinds of things. But
yeah, Amber Dixon, the amazing Amber Dixon, which I don't believe she's on tonight because I know she's got, she was just finishing up the Kansas State Fair. Everybody's doing fairs right now. But she actually was the one who showed me those. And I think you get like 475 in that box. So if you cut those in half, like that, I mean, you got felt for days, months. Like you can really do that, and they don't soak up a whole lot, and you don't have to do anything fancy. You can just put some wax in a warmer dish. That's what I do. I have a warmer that sits here on my desk, and then I have my tweezers. Yep, that's what Carrie does. And then I'll put a couple cubes in, and I'll just literally sit here if I'm on a Zoom or if I'm on a training, and I'll just dip and set them on wax paper, let them cool and harden, and they're ready to go in bags. Super easy and quick.
Oh, you know what? I want to share one more thing. Okay, So I don't know if anybody saw the training I did in the It's Fall Y'all group. But I shared my like mailing, basically how to work on a dime. And two things that I shared is counter clean samples and dish soap samples that you can mail for 1 to 2 stamps, depending on the weight. So that way, if you're like, well, I kind of want to, go outside expand my customer base, but I don't really want to spend a lot. Well, you could at least, I guess, do counter clean and dish soap. I will figure out how to do other products. Give me some time, but for now we're going to roll with this. But they have these little like dishcloths. I got them on Amazon. Actually, I just ordered some more. It was like, I got 50 for like $12, but I'm going to cut them in half. So I'll have 100. See? That's not bad. And I got these little Mylar bags, but look, you guys, it's super like bendable. It's flat. I heat seal the top, please, because I didn't, and one got returned because it had a bad address and it was a little wet. So make sure you want to heat seal. Just use a straightener. And then dish soap, same thing, because they're like super thin and flexible. So you can do nice like extras in there for not a lot of money. That's what I wanted to share. That's it.
She's like, that's it, period. I'm done.
Well, I want to make sure that they know, like, because I think that's genius. Like, that's so smart. The cloth is ready. All they have to do is take it out and wipe the counter down. Now, this, I mean, the sponge isn't like super fancy, but again, it's just a sample. It's just for them to like try it. So maybe just like a few plates, like nothing, like don't get the burnt on chicken pan. Like, let's not do that, because if I won't clean very well with that sponge. But it's a great way to like cheaply expand their product.
Heather asked if you wet the sponge or do you just put the soap or the counter clean on it?
Don't wet it because it's going to expand. Then it's going to be too thick for your envelope.
That's my problem every day. I'm too thick for my own envelope.
Oh my gosh, shut up.
I agree though, because I use the little circular sponges like she was showing, and yeah, I don't get it wet either. I just put it on there and throw it in the bag. And I had some that had been sitting here. I had like 2 or 3 left over from like a month prior that I hadn't used. And I was like, all right, let me just try them to see what they're like. Like, are they going bad? Do they smell bad? Whatever. And I pulled that sucker out, man. It still had a whole bunch, that little sponge, it still had a whole bunch of dish soap still on it. And I was surprised it didn't get moldy, it didn't get musty, anything like that. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm good. So I know they'll keep at least for a month, if a little bit longer.
Well, I made these at the beginning of summer.
Oh, so see, there you go.
I swear it does not smell, and it's not moldy inside. And it's literally because I did bulk sampling at the beginning of the summer catalog, and well, I didn't use this one. So it still smells like Coastal Sunset, and it's like, it's not moldy in there. Like you can see, like it's, so my end, it's been fine. I don't know. But I also, like, I'm doing the apple and cinnamon sticks tomorrow. So they're not going to be sitting around anyways. Like, they're going out in the mail.
I do like that, though, with those little washcloths. I might have to try those and do those because I do like that.
Well, because if you put it in that spray container, then you have to mail it as a package. And I'm like, $4 to mail this, or 1 stamp.
Yep. I totally agree. That was one of my things too, was for this year to really kind of try and cut back or cut down on what mail, like physical mail, I was sending out, because I was, at least the last 2 years, I know, because I can look through my pirate ship and
Yep. Yeah, that's my biggest expense. But I don't have anybody local because I moved like an hour and a half away from my customers, but they still buy from me. So it's whatever I'm doing, it's still working.
Robin, how often do you send out Happy Mail? And she's specifically asking about the pirate ship packages.
Pirate ship, like never. Unless it's like somebody who hosted a party for me and it was successful, which I'll be real honest, I don't do a lot of parties. I just stick with social media and like referrals and that type of thing. Not that I'm not against parties, I don't do them. But for my happy mail, it's every Monday. I just go back the prior week, see who ordered that week, write their name down, because if I don't write their name down, that next week I'm gonna forget who I sent mail to, since I'm not using Pirate Ship. It doesn't track it for me. I do have to track it myself. So I just write it down like on this little notepad, like that's my system, just a paper.
That was going to be my next question is, do you if you use like a planner, or if you had a binder, or, anything
Mm.
like that you kind of track things on?
No, I never used Amy, so I didn't have that issue when it went away. I have shared my follow-up system, which has been working, because like I schedule my text messages. This actually happened last Friday. I schedule my follow-up messages. Oh yeah, here's another system. I schedule my follow-up text messages for a Friday, again, because it's payday. So if they want to reorder, well, it's probably going to be on a Friday because I just got paid. And so I have an Android phone, so I schedule them. And actually this happened last Friday. A customer texted back, I totally forgot that I even scheduled the text message, and she was like, oh, I'm loving my things. Do you have any, oh God, what kind of scents? It was a certain kind of scent she wanted, and we had 3 different ones that had that certain scent in it. And so I sent her that list of those 3 scents. So I know my system works because she wanted more wax. So I just scheduled them. Dang it. We were talking about something else and then I forgot.
Well, and then Ashley is wanting to know, when you send out the happy mail, do you send it in a regular envelope or the clear mailing?
Nope, just a regular business number 10 envelope. And I buy those in bulk on Amazon. I'll find all the links and I will share in Bliss, because I know once this ends, you guys aren't going to have access to these comments. So let me write it down so I don't forget. And I will share all the links with you guys.
Yes, and the links for the towels. George and Linda were asking about.
Yes. Okay. Bag links. I mean, not felt bags. Oh my God.
Felt circles. If you find felt bags, you let me know. I will buy them and I will see what I can figure out.
Oh, okay. Felt the towels. And I'll do the dish soap sponge thingies.
Tracy's saying the dollar store has towels too. That's fantastic.
I saw somebody shared that they got like 9 towels for $1 from the Dollar Tree, and she cut them up. I can't remember how much she made. I just watched this training yesterday or today, and that It's Fall Y'all group. I don't remember how many she said she got, but it was quite a few with just those 9 towels for $1. And they looked just like these blue ones.
That's fantastic. And then Heather had a question on, so do you use Happy Mail as your thank you mail? Not like quarterly or for holiday or seasonal Happy Mail. Do you do anything special, like outside of what you do?
Not really. I mean, my Scentsy Club people, I'm thinking about doing like a Christmas type package, just to say like thank you for being my clubber all year, only because those people have it set up to reoccur every 1, 2, or 3 months. So I didn't have to work for that PRV. Like they supplied that for me. But I will say they get the same mail when their club runs every month as my other customers, because financially that's just where it's at. They haven't complained. So I think I'll just like spoil them at Christmas time.
I think that's really fun. And
Oh, and my
Uh,
Happy Mail, it is themed. I do
Oh,
a
yeah.
fun theme. So I guess it is kind of seasonal because like this month is autumn theme, fall themed. Last month, shoot, I don't remember. I'd have to go back and check the list to see what I shared. One month it was mermaid themed, and I
Yeah.
did the Island Days collection samples. So, and with I do confetti, I had like purple and white confetti that looked like mermaid. So I feel like it's fun. It would be something that I would like to receive if I was a customer.
Yeah. And Heather, to your question, so like as a thank you, what I personally do that doesn't cost me anything is when I get that, especially if it's like a PWS order. So if it's an order that's come through my website that I haven't placed, when I get that notification email, I instantly like that, will direct me to my workstation. So I'll go to my workstation. If they're a brand new customer, I automatically sit there and I put them into my contacts on my phone, their email, their phone, their, phone, cell, whatever, and their home address. And then usually, like if it's like this month in particular, I had a lot of PWS orders for people ordering Nightmare Before Christmas. So in my notes section on that contact, it just said NBC because I'll remember that for Nightmare Before Christmas. Because remember, we're thinking ahead and we've got Christmas collection coming with some Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. So those customers, you can guarantee I'm following back up with come that time. But I put their information in right then and there, and then I use boards, but I just instantly send them a thank you text right then and there because if I don't do it then, I'll probably forget later.
Yeah.
And if I do or if I don't have time, like if I'm at the store or whatever, and I happen to check my mail, I use Gmail, so I just star it. And so that way I know when I'm sitting down to work, I open up my email and I look for the starred mail or you can put a flag on it or, however you document your mail. But that thank you immediately goes out as soon as I see that, that order has come in. And then part of that follow-up is, thank you so much, or, whatever. And then I will look to see what they ordered. So if they ordered like wax or warmers or something like that, I will usually then ask them, have you tried our cleaning or our body care products? And 9 times out of 10, when I'm doing that follow-up, I get, no, I haven't, but I'd love to. And so that then tells me, and then so I just go back in and I put a little note on their contact. And then when I send something out, I know it'll be that, product if it was a body line or a clean product or something like that. So, oh, Tracy's
Yeah,
got
my system is similar to you, right? When I get that email, I first look at their order because like if somebody ordered Luna, my husband loves Luna. So I try to make that text a little more personalized. And we'll be like, thank you so much for your order. My husband loves that Luna as well. And then when I get the email notification that their order has shipped, I again text them, hey, well, orders have been shipping like really fast. So I'll be like, holy moly, like your order has already shipped with like the little party emoji or like blowing that little oh, what's that party thing? You know what I'm talking about, that little
yeah,
yes,
I get.
yes. And then at that point, that's when I schedule that 2-week out text on a Friday to follow up. So it's very simple. It's already done.
I love that. I'll tell you, I've been taking notes, so I've got notes. I love it.
I marked down that have you used X-Line? Because I'm like, I could do the cleaning or the dish soap and be like, could I mail you a sample?
Yes.
That's smart. That is so smart.
I can't take credit for it. It was Kimberly Polita who shared that. So, but I was like, I'm going to use it, and it has been working for me because I'm trying to extend my customers past just the wax and warmers because we have a whole lot of products out there, and I want them to experience all of them. Hopefully, that's the goal, right? Well, thank you so much, Robin. That was absolutely amazing. Like I said, I wrote down a lot of notes, so I got notes. I'm excited. If you guys have any follow-up questions, if you're watching this on the replay, if you're watching this on Facebook in the group and you didn't catch us live, I'm sure that Robin or one of us will get in there and we will answer some questions for you guys. So if you have them, feel free to drop them in. We're so happy to have you. We do have some other fun stuff coming this month. If you haven't already gotten an invite to the Hustle to Director program that we are going to be launching on the 12th of September. You do not have to be a certain title. You can be any title. You could have joined today and you can still jump in on this. This doesn't mean that you have to be a certain title, but it's going to be a really amazing program that is going to help you with your business to get it going and to get it really, we're really going to help you focus on drilling into creating systems that are going to work for you, right? Because at the end of the day, we can tell you all about our systems, but if it doesn't work for you, you're probably not going to do it, right? I know I've changed my systems millions of times over the last 10 years. And once I finally found the one that I liked, that's what I was going to do. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for joining. Like I said, again, thank you, Robin. We appreciate it so much. And this recording will be up on YouTube later tonight. So bye, guys.